I was about 38 years old, I started searching a little bit and figured there honestly had to be something more to life than what I was experiencing, and started checking into religion and went to a church, just a local church. I went for about a year and a half and came to the conclusion there was nothing to this Christianity thing. Shortly after that, I started seeing broadcast on public access. Didn't know anything about it, didn't know where it was from. After several months of that and getting more and more intrigued by it, I happened to go into Pizza Ranch up the road here to pick up my daughter, and I saw the gentleman sitting there who had been doing the broadcast. It was Brooks Simpson. So I took the opportunity, asked him, I said, I'd really like to talk to you. And he actually met me 2 days later, and that's when I accepted Christ. If a parent asked me, should their kid participate in Backyard Bible Club, or what are the advantages of it? First off, I think the kids have fun. I mean, it is entertaining between, like I say, the snacks, the crafts, the games, and then there's the lesson too. The first year I did it, which was, I believe, 4 years ago, and the leader of the house church, Steve Anderson, sent me an email, asked if I was interested. 2 nights before it was supposed to start, and they still needed volunteers. And I kind of felt like I couldn't get it off my mind being led to volunteer for this, which was strange because it isn't the type of thing that I would normally do. But so the night before I volunteered, and but they assigned me to teach the 5th and 6th grade boys. And I believe there was 15 or 16 boys, only a few of which actually attended Grace. Most of them were neighborhood kids. And since I'd felt honestly led by God to volunteer for this, immediately turned it right back over to God. I said, you led me to this. You've now got me in a position that I have no skills. I'm not equipped at all. It went about like I expected. It didn't go well. I felt like I was kind of out of control, and couldn't keep their attention and so on. Wednesday night, I was teaching and going through the lesson plan, and realized as I'm talking to these young men that there's the potential here that they could come to know Jesus. And I got kind of excited about that, and I completely forgot about how I looked, sound, smelled, whatever. And Christ showed up. His presence was clearly manifested. It kind of blew me away. And one young man came up to me, and he said, I want to know Jesus Christ. And so right that moment, he prayed to receive Christ. And I think I was as tickled as he was, and he was, like I say, he was adamant. He absolutely knew what he wanted, and that was Christ. So that was my introduction to Backyard Bible Club. I think it kind of came down to Matthew 28, the verses everybody knows. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations. He says all of that instruction. And then the very last sentence he says, and I will be with you always. And that was kind of my conclusion, is I was telling others about Christ, making disciples in effect, sharing him with others, and he shows up. And according to that verse, I shouldn't be surprised. When we're serving him, working for him, guess what? He says, I'll be there with you, always. There's no doubt Backyard Bible Club had a lasting, life-impacting change in my life. And, I've heard it said that God isn't so much interested in our abilities, but in our availability. And that's been my experience.